the return of the Premier League. Like, how do you think it's going to go for teams in the top six? Obviously, you mentioned Arsenal already. How do you see it going for others? Are there any that you think are going to really struggle? Do you think any are going to increase their levels? Like, how do you kind of see the return going? You mentioned 6 weeks off. It might be harmful to some, but it could really help others. Like, do you see there being any big losers or big winners after this break?
I don't know. It's so difficult because we've never seen this before, Terry.
Yeah.
Like we've never had a Winter World Cup, so I don't know. It's really difficult to predict. It really is because the World Cup came at the wrong time for us, and now we've lost our star man. Yeah, but then there's other clubs that it came at the right time, like Man United, Tottenham, for example. Teams like that. Now they can galvanize. Ten Hag can work his magic, do what he's doing. Conte can drill it into them. Pep's not had his star striker go to a World Cup. Kevin De Bruyne came home real early. It's difficult. And then, you look at Liverpool. Liverpool, they're a weird team this season. I can't lie. I still think they could get top four. They can go on a run. We've seen that. I don't think they're anywhere near as good as they were last season, but it's going to be very difficult. And factor in as well, Terry, Boxing Day always throws up surprise results, does every single year. And now Boxing Day fixtures after having 6 weeks off of proper Premier League football, like there's going to be weird results all the way through the next month or so, all the way through to the end of January. And the FA Cup's back. The EFL Cup starts tonight. So yeah, it's a bit weird, and there's going to be a lot of games coming thick and fast. And let's not forget as well the amount of injuries that happen in these cold winter months. Like you pulled a hamstring because you haven't warmed up properly. It's freezing cold, like -4. We don't know how it's going to go, Terry. It's really difficult to predict this, and I hope we will stay at the top of the table and we win it, right? But I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't get in the top four. Like it could just change like that. If we lose to Tottenham United, for example, and drop points in one of the other 3 games before that, all of a sudden the table looks completely different. We've now not got our star man. The January window's open. We might not have signed anybody by the time we've played United. All of a sudden, it's not looking so rosy anymore. And that's how quick football changed. So I've seen Arsenal top of the table, 12 points clear and not win a title. You've seen the same with United.
I understand. I do understand that, and I've seen those things happen. I've seen Newcastle clear. Everyone thinks they're going to win. They don't.
I love it if we beat them.
Yeah, Liverpool, 5 points clear with 3 games to go. They didn't win it. We have seen it, and I'm not. Look, I still think Arsenal can win and will win the league. One thing I don't believe, though, that's my point. All those teams you've said collapsed and fell away. Even though when Newcastle did it, there was no such thing as the top 4 because I think only the top 2 got into the Champions League. No one that's ever been in that position has then fallen outside the top 4. That's my point. That's why I don't believe. That's why I believe spending. That's the irony in it. That's why I believe spending some of your summer money or some of your Champions League money now is a worthwhile investment. Because if say you did go out and you bought João Felix and Mitrovic, I'm just making up some names here. 130 million you're spending, you get them both. You might win the Premier League, but you're already going to definitely get in the Champions League, meaning the money's made up. And then you've got them 6 months early. If you don't sign them and you end up finishing second, then you miss out by 3 points. That signing and spending that money early could have won you another Premier League title. And I think you're better off. Don't go outside of your plan too much. Don't go and sign players that aren't on the list, aren't on the agenda. But I look at it and think you're 5 points clear. City have been good this year. Of course they have. But they haven't had any real injury problems and they're already 5 points behind you. I think you guys have had some issues, players missing. Look how long Zinchenko is away for. Party's missed some games.
He's still out. He weren't even in the squad the other day. I don't even know where he is.
There we go. I think you'll be okay. And I think you are. But the Mudryk deal, look, I quite like him based on what I've seen. I watched 3 or 4 of his Champions League games. The full games. Looks good. Obviously, it's more what I've read. I would say to Arsenal fans, read scouting reports that were made before he was linked to your club. Not ones that are done by British press that are biased. Read ones from a year ago. This guy's highly rated. Doesn't mean he's going to come in and hit the ground running and be amazing. No. But equally, Arteta's track record in the last couple of years of signing players. When you guys signed Tomiyasu, none of you wanted him.
I don't know why everyone. I'm going to upset Arsenal fans again here. I said before. I said it on here. He's average.
Tomiyasu.
Terry.
No.
Don't even trigger me.
No.
Oh, but he can win headers. What I'd expect him to. He's 6'3". And because we had Hector Bellerin stinking the Emirates out every week, all of a sudden he looked amazing, didn't he? Well, where is he? I don't. Is he even back in training yet? Last time I heard, he went back to Japan. Right, and this is another thing I want to say very quickly as well. Right, Granit Xhaka, as much as I don't rate that guy, he's been our best player this season. Right, and as soon as he got kicked out the World Cup by Portugal, ended that. See you later. He came straight back. Yeah, Ben White, don't know what happened there, but he came back the other day and played. Right, Thomas Partey was playing the other day. Right, why is Tomiyasu having a break? And if Saliba doesn't come back straight away, I'll be saying exactly the same about him. He played 40 minutes in the World Cup. There's no reason for you to go and have holiday. Yeah, straight back, getting training. I want to see that. Yeah, I've seen so many of these players, like for other clubs as well. Oh, they're on holiday. Yeah, they're on. What do you mean you're on holiday? You've been on holiday for 6 weeks. Yeah, it's not like you're playing a game every 3 days. Like, come on, what's the like for a whole? Come on, get in the bin. Yeah, that Tomiyasu is an average footballer. That's it. He's average. Yeah, and if people want to cry about it, cry. I've seen better right backs. Is he a right back or is he a centre back? I don't even know. I've seen so many good Arsenal right backs and centre backs, and I'm supposed to rate him. Sorry. No, ain't happening.
Yeah, listen, I don't think he's average. I don't think he's average at all. I think he's a very, very good football player. You know, I think he's a very, very, very good football player. There's no doubt about it. But is he? Again, it depends what you want in a fullback. And it's funny, really, because 2 or 3 years ago, everybody wanted marauding attacking fullbacks. Suddenly, everyone's more inclined. I want someone that's good defensively, good at the back, because football's kind of changing again. And we went through this period where the chief creators were the fullbacks. It's going to go back to being central players soon. Then it will be wingers again, and then it will be a fullback again. And every 3 or 4 years, football changed. Remember when everybody was obsessed a few years ago with playing tiki-taka football? Like, from my standpoint, I kind of look at these things and think to myself, there's swings and roundabouts. I think Tomiyasu is a very good defender. How good is he as a technical footballer? For the elite level of the spectrum, you probably would, but yeah, good. And you could argue good is also average, right? He's good. But as a defender, I think he's top class. He's a top class defender. And I think he's going to be, he's been very good for you guys and very important to you all. But there we go.